Have you ever walked away from a feedback conversation thinking that did not go the way I planned? Maybe the person shut down, maybe the person got defensive, or maybe you actually avoided the whole thing because you just couldn't do it. You're not alone. Over 40% of managers struggle with giving feedback, and only 1 in 5 employees say the feedback they are given actually helps them improve. So what's wrong and how can we fix it? In this video, I'll show you the science-backed way to give feedback, how to stop triggering defensiveness, and how to build culture where feedback is welcome. I'm Kasia Murphy, I'm a business psychologist, and I coach managers how to lead happier teams. Let's get into it. We tend to think feedback is about judgment. Am I good or bad, right or wrong? But that mindset makes everyone tense up. Here is what's really happening. Your brain has a tiny alarm system called amygdala. When feedback sounds like a threat, even a small one, the amygdala goes on red alert. That's why people either freeze and say nothing, defend themselves with excuses, or attack back. And when that happens, the message gets lost. So the first step is to shift from judging to coaching. Feedback isn't about who someone is, it's about what they do and how to improve it. Over the years of feedback research, psychologists have discovered something surprising. It's not whether feedback is positive or negative that matters, it's whether it focuses on the task or the person. If you say your work is terrible, the person will just shut down. But if you say, here is the specific part that worked and here is what could be stronger next time, they will learn. That's the difference between criticism and coaching. What's the best way to give feedback? Here is a formula you can use. First, notify the feedback is coming. Say, I want to talk with you about how deadlines are being managed on the admin reports. It signals the feedback is coming and removes the mystery. Second, state what you've observed. For example, the last 2 reports came in 3 days late. Specifics stop the mind from debating whether it's true or fair. It grounds the discussion in fact. Third, describe how you feel about it. I'm frustrated because when reports arrive late, it delays the whole team. That way, you're letting them know it's affecting how you feel, and it helps with understanding. However, don't act on your emotion. Say it calmly. Number 4, clarify the impact. Explain why it matters. For example, if this pattern continues, we risk losing trust from the project leads. And if we fix it, we'll strengthen our reliability. Number 5, turn it into dialogue. I'd like us to look together at what's getting in the way and agree a plan to stay on track. How are you seeing it? What's your perspective on this? And now what you do is listen. Listen and listen again. Do not interrupt, even if you don't agree. Dig for deeper understanding, saying, tell me more, and allowing space for the other person. Here are 3 examples how to use this framework in real life. Example 1. You're always late. Say this instead. I want to talk with you about punctuality at our morning meetings. I've noticed you've been a few minutes late 3 times this week. I feel concerned because it can look like you're disengaged, and I know that's not who you are. If it continues, it can affect team perception. I would like to understand what's making mornings difficult for you right now. What's your perspective? Example 2. You never meet deadlines. Say this instead. I'd like to talk with you about how admin deadlines are being handled. The last 2 reports were submitted late. I feel frustrated because the team can't complete their parts until yours is in. Can we explore what's making deadlines hard to meet right now? Example 3. You are too dominant in meetings. Say this instead. I'd like to talk with you about how we share airtime in meetings. I notice you often start speaking while others are still sharing their points. I feel worried, as when that happens, some ideas get missed. When we get this right, discussions flow better and everyone feels valued. How can we make sure everyone's heard before moving on? If you've been avoiding feedback conversations because you don't want to hurt someone, remember, silence doesn't protect them. It prevents their growth. These tools I mentioned today will help you talk with confidence. And if you'd like to find out what's really holding you back from giving feedback, take my 3-minute free feedback assessment where you will get personalized strategies on how to build your skills. Also, watch out for my next video where I'll tell you all about how to avoid the most common mistakes when giving feedback. Subscribe to get notifications about new videos. Thank you, and see you soon.